topic is going to be about, I don't know, I'm thinking about talking about, yeah, maybe I'm going to talk about women more. But anyway, I just want to tell you that there's this thing of people trying to prove themselves before you really know them. And to this end, I'm talking about women. Whenever a woman tries to prove her chastity, you have to know that for a fact you're dealing with it's Christmas season. It's Christmas Eve, and you're dealing with a ho 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 ho. She's a ho. I kid you not. When a bitch tries to tell you things, shit like imagine I haven't had sex for 6 months. She could be telling the truth, but I kid you not, the probability is very high of dealing with a hoe. Because if a bitch is trying to prove her chastity to you, it means that many other men, she has done so much, so many, like she's a hoe, so she's trying like to sanitize. And number one, it's not only trying to sanitize herself to you, but it's also like anajaribu kuambia niaje. She's trying, actually she has seen you as boyfriend material. Trust me, when you don't have women going for you and you're maybe 19, 18, and you're one of those niggas who isn't getting pussy. No, some of you are getting more pussy than a toilet seat. Like you're getting more ass than a toilet seat. But some of you are not getting pussy. So for you who's not getting pussy, you'll take it as a like, if a woman tells you that she wants to be your girlfriend, you're taking it as it's very nice. Trust me, it's not. It's a pussy fight. Like being a woman's boyfriend is just okay. Okay, just being a boyfriend. Just say no, say a woman because I'm wondering like some of you are crazy, some of you are dating men. Some of you men are dating men, you gay ass motherfuckers. Anyway, no homo. I really don't support that gay movie. For the same reason some of you don't support homosexuality. I don't think don't support homosexuality because some of you um, don't support polygamy. Same reason. I just don't believe that homosexuality, yeah, just as you guys, some of you guys don't believe polygamy is good for society. I don't just believe it. I believe polygamy is good for society, while some of you niggas believe homosexuality is not good for society. But anyway, I digress. As I was saying, the most important thing inafaa ujue hapa hivi ni bitch akaanza kuambia ati no, I've not had sex for 6 months. Oh, I've only had two guys. I've only had four guys. Trust me, that bitch is a hoe. And there are really some cues you have to look out for because really, and I'm going to tell you one thing. If any of you see, for a long time I believed that enough keep at a beach, you lay down the law. Don't lay down anything. Maybe the pipe, but don't lay down anything. And in fact, by the way, don't ever take compliments from women very seriously because imagine watching vile mabichi wa kukomplimentiana, oh I like those shoes, I like your dress. Then bitch akitoka tu hivi, oh bitch ni shit, cheki vile nakanga. Hizo nguo zake anatoa anunua wapi? And they a bitch can like women socialize by complimenting each other, but they don't really mean it. Men compliment socialize by insulting each other, but they don't really mean it. Like wakati boys wako wasema malaya, umbwa sura mbaya, unasema nini? Like, but our mean your shit. Wako too, they're just having fun. They don't ever mean the insults they throw at each other. Men can just socialize like that, but women socialize kwa kusema nice things about each other, but they don't really mean it. After the woman just walked away, she's like, that bitch is just the worst. And mashanga, nasema vitu mzuri kumuhusu saizi. The fuck? So, all I'm just saying is that never take those compliments. Don't let them get into your head. So, never really be that guy. And what I've realized is that the older I've grown is that the nigga who gets the chicks is the nigga who is up, like has a little bit of apathy towards them. Like you don't really care if you get them or not. Never really care. Don't really give a shit about like if you go if you go on with your business like you're just doing whatever the fuck you want to do. Really, they'll just like you, kid you not. But if you do the most to make them happy, you want to get them. You know, like a person who is indifferent will get a chick over a rich guy, over a big dick nigga, over a handsome guy, over a tall guy, over whatever the fuck you want to do, over a funny guy. A person who's indifferent. Okay, a funny guy maybe. But there's just a waste of funny guys know how to slip into pussy that Yeah, okay, I'm one of those niggas anyway. Sometimes I say funny shit, but sometimes I don't like to say funny shit because you don't ever take me seriously enough to say funny shit. Um, this thing is dark. Nyi mtadili na hii shit. I don't know how to use this shit, but I'll just get better nikiendelea kutumia hii shit. Si ni hivyo ndio tulianza kumangana na tuko tunajua kuingia wapi. Mingine hata nasikia mliingia kwa matanyi. Uzoga nilipiga story ataliingia kwa matanyi. Hey! Nicholas, wewe uliingia kwa matanyi. Unajijua. Nicholas, uliingia kwa matanyi. Eh? Alafu Onyango. Jina yake ya pili ni aja niseme ana wasa anajua jina yake ya pili. So mse Nicholas. One friend is called Nicholas. The other one is called other to meet Omor. Meet Omor. Yeah, but that's his nickname. Omor. Anajua. Yeye aliingia na kukaa tu ndani. Ningidadeki na kukaa tu ndani. Dema akatoka hapa kamtusi sasa watu hujui kufanya kitu yote. Ikabidi aingie kwa kama sutra. Oh manet. De ya pili nasikia aliangusha pipe dema alitoka akiyama. Anyway, good for you niggas. Anyway, that's what I just wanted to say. But they don't ever be that kind of nigga who's trying to prove that you're controlling. Don't never be that controlling. Like under this environment you're living in, really, if the woman ain't yours, she ain't yours. If you have to always tell her what to do, and trust me, come on, but they never look for love from a woman. If you want love, must end up by doggy. End up by doggy. And this mentality that your mother will love you, bro. I mean, but if I had me go to see me like to me and my sister and I. That's good English, yeah. Na shuku vizuri sana. Ningekuwa like niko na mabro alafu mabro wangu some of the bros ndio wa Kalamado. Madam angesema ni favorite. Madam angesema ni favorite. But anyway, that's yeah, I know my mom. Trust me. I know. Angesema ni favorite. But anyway, I digress. Ina record kweli. Oh, yeah, record now. Yeah. So as I was saying, that's what you should never be the kind of nigga who's laying down, I don't know, rules and everything else. Yeah, you should lay down rules, but don't be very strict about it because it doesn't. A woman who doesn't listen to you, it doesn't bring any. Okay, because let me say this. You see, wase kupiga ma bitch kwa control. Funny thing, some bitches actually turn them on. They're like they like don't want it, but at the same time they want it. You see, madam hukuwa, and for the most part, even if you look at the Western side, wanasemanga ati should respect. No, they are usually worried about the boys. Wanaambia boys from the time don't hit women. Yet they never tell the girls don't be a hoe. Like it doesn't make any sense. Really, I can tell you for a fact, if a woman never hits you, hit her back. Hata usifikirie. Hit her back. Hata usifikirie. Same way, if a guy hits you, hit them back. Usikuwa by them say. And please, if you think somebody's going to hit you, hit them first. Usikuwa dem say unangoja. Si mpige ngumi mara ya kwanza. Tena kwa shingo. Da! Ataenda kuhoa huko hivyo pia ni umbwa sana manyoka. So usiwahi kuona unabebeleza manyoka. Ama nyoka aende tu huko hivyo. So I'm not telling you to particularly hit anybody, but if anybody is showing you signs that they want to hit them first. Don't wait for them to hit you. Yeah, just don't wait for it. It's something which you shouldn't ever be doing. Anyway, okay, yeah. But naisha mani fucking hell. Kani buy bat ingine. Na pahitaji na bat moja. Na kani kama na pahitaji na brick game bana. Anyway, that's what I was going to do. So the best thing you can ever do to make any woman really act right ni kutoka. Wewe jikati. Just leave. Now if anybody ever asks you, if anyone ever asks you, but they never be this kind of nigga who talks about. I used to be that kind of nigga who talks about his exes. Women usually do that. They talk about their ex. No, this ex is doing this. No, you can't go there. The only thing I just tell her, I just left her because she wasn't doing what I wanted. What was she doing what you wanted? I don't. I have rules of which you prepare. So any person I've ever left, I could follow the rules. That's as simple as that. Yeah, yeah, simple as that. Kama rule number one ilikuwa don't give out this pussy. Apeane pussy. And that's the next thing. Say there's anything you can forgive. There's so many things you can forgive. You can forgive ukuje home upate msaya kuja TV yako, upate picha ya TV yako, afanya nini amefanya nini kwa maji. You can forgive that. Kupeana pussy usiwahi. Never fucking ever forgive it. Never. Ingia mitini. Anakuambia ati you're not a man. By then I'm not a man. Mimi ni lizard. In fact, mimi ni bongo bongo. Chiki bongo bongo unaipoint hivi nifanya. Yes, mimi ni bongo bongo. Usiwahi forgive your shit. Wewe ingia tu mitini. Usiwahi. Don't never try it. Why am I telling you this? I once tried that shit. It is the worst thing ever. Because let me break it down to you what will happen to you. And when I came to realize this because I watched some of my friends and acquaintances dealing with this kind of shit. Whenever a woman is a cheat and she knows you know that she has ever cheated on you, let me tell you one of the things she'll do. She'll always try. Number one, there's something called, and I've broken it down, and I call it PSG. It's P standing for pampering, pussy. P stands for pampering and pussy. Then S stands for shaming. Then G stands for guilt tripping. Now, she will try as much as possible to manipulate you. PSG is the way of manipulation. Now, she'll try as much as possible to manipulate you. In her mind, she's trying to make you to become whatever you were before you discover that she's a hoe. Because you are trying just to live with a hoe. But in your mind, she's trying to make you, in her mind, she's trying to bring you back to the state you were in before you discover that kazi yake ni, she's going around practicing vaginal philanthropy. What I'm doing to you, the one thing she'll do is that she'll try to pamper you, buying your shit. Kubaya vitu. So msana kubaya vitu. Msana buy shit because she can't. Mazi. Anakubaya ma stuff after amesha kuwash. Anakubaya ma stuff nini. Kama hiyo haitaweza anajaribu kutafuta kama hivi wewe una cheat. And of course wewe sababu wewe ni umbwa. Some of you who are, of course, unakula mademu mengine because a man can cheat in any fucking way. Okay, unless you are broke, na get done na wewe na unado. Unachiki saa hiyo wewe una cheat. Because once but in any case, if you are dominating her, always go cheat. The person who is being dominated ndio ana cheat. You are the one who is cheating. The person who is dominating, it should not be the talk of the town. So if you're a man, traditionally, me I'm just thinking traditionally, wewe ndo unafanya kila kitu. Wewe hujafanya shit yote. The only thing, women should be loyal, men should be responsible. That's all there is, and there's nothing else more than that. Easy in the saucer. That's all she does. So anyway, she'll try as much as possible to always catch you shit. Because how to prove to you that in some weird way that to go equal, you're cheating, you should not be doing that, you're so bad. So it's trying to shame you. Then shame you and sometimes make you feel guilty. And she'll always make you feel guilty for things which happen to her. Like sijui girlfriend's day in a picture, she's trying to tell you, you didn't remember. Like that's some bullshit. Ametoa sijui wapi. This cheating lying horse should just be hata inafaa kuwe wakulima, because the amount of horse shit and bullshit they keep on spewing inaweza panda kila make very good manure ipande kila shit hivi. It's just some nonsense. So don't roll it any fucking way. I can tell you for a fact. Friends of mine have, like, let me tell you, it's very embarrassing for me. Like, kwa time hata by the way unacheki boy. Like sometimes you wonder if there's some guys. Like kuna mse anajua who dem aliabort mtoi. Ameabort mtoi. Na hakukuambia abort mtoi. So there are only two things involved. Number one, aliona you are so weak hataki mtoto wako. Number one. Unasikia wewe ni umbwa, yani wewe ni the nyokiest. Wewe ni nyok hataki mtoi wako. Or number two, alipata mtoi wa mse mwingine na akatoa. So because that's the only two reasons why I met all your shit. So wewe uko base. So sisi tunakuangalia na shanga mzee. Nini mbaya naye? Same way, where we can. So I'm telling you. So me, whenever you are in a position where you look weak, no one is cheating you or bold, and you're not told you that kind of nonsense, just walk away. Walk away. I'm not talking about ectopic pregnancy and everything else. I'm just saying that if you're not in control of that shit, she's shown you in any way she's a hoe, just walk away. But I think I've digressed so much from the main topic. But what I was saying is that if she tells you that she akona chastity fulani, sijui anakwambia story of all, any proof of chastity, take it as a red flag. Akuja kuambia sijui ati kuna mambo wengine wananikatia lakini mimi nawakata. Bro, unaongea about wanaume aje? Ulisikia mimi sije yeye anasikia mama yake akimwambia baba yake juu wanaume. Ati unajua by the way, ule mama maina pale wabucha alikuwa aniongelesha like what the fuck? What the fuck? If she tries to prove to you that she's chaste in any way, that is a hoe. Because in her head she knows she's a hoe. Now she's wondering, umesikia hiyo story kweli? Ama acha nijaribu kusafisha rada. She's a hoe. Kama story ya wanaume trying to compare you by the this guy has this car by the when will you buy a car? She's red flag. Red flag, please. Don't take it. She tries to some stupid shit like, unajua msanii alijaribu kuniambia alafu mimi nikamwambia by the way niko boyfriend. Alafu uko hapo, you know my wife tells me everything. Aliniambia jibu ngoni, unajua, but then let me tell you, mimi nimekuwa situation yenye dem alikuwa anambia boy vile mimi namkatia. Never. Actually, I wasn't even interested in any case. But I ended up fucking the bitch. But in any case, it wasn't actually, it was one of the, okay, kama kuna kitu uduri. And so yesterday I had a little bit of a problem. I think shit yangu li go but the lesion. Just gonna check, but anyway, I'm planning to use this thing. I think I'll get it better with time. I have those squinty eyes from wearing specs for too long. Anyway, yesterday I was talking about chastity. I don't like I like having a continuation in my videos. Don't like actually staging them too much. So that's why I want you to get my authentic thoughts. That's why I don't want to really think about it in so long. But this is just me winding up what I was talking about yesterday. So I was saying, if she says she tells you the number of guys she has been with to try and sanitize the situation, please just leave the situation. Just avoid it, please. There's so many issues in this life you can't deal with them without avoiding. And avoidance is not the best approach. So many problems, but with women it's a very good approach. Just avoid them. I'm not saying that you avoid talking about them, keep the woman near you, but just avoid the woman in totality. Just leave her alone. If you compare it to niggas, talks about niggas, just avoid her. If she keeps on telling you at guys wananitaka lakini mimi nawakataa, bro. Kid, that's a major red flag. Trust me, she's just telling you that so that you can feel comfortable. She's just trying to tell you how she's very valuable, and believe you me, she is actually making advances towards those guys, or even accepting advances from those guys, because it can be worse. It can be she's even actually enabling them. And maybe hata by the time anakwambia by the hii weekend unajua weekend sitakuwa unajua, yeah, she's planning to go and fuck your best friend. I kid you not. Many problems men have with women is because we have a problem. We treat women as if they are grown-ups. They are not. They're all grown-ups. I kid no, they are not. They're all grown-ups. If you think I'm lying, a woman will be 23 and 24. No, a woman when she gets 30, she regrets things she did when she was like 23, 22, 23, 24. You wonder why? Because okay, she won't regret when she's 30. She regrets it when she's like 40 or something like that. She now regrets it because now they only ever mature once their beauty wanes. I'm not saying that once you're beautiful you become an idiot, but for the most part the world usually treats pretty people differently, and women are the fair gender, so they treat differently. Yeah, so people usually lie to them. You could be doing something wrong, both of you, but why are you doing this? You should not. Well, it's just punishment because you're a guy. So it's they just punish you because you're a guy, but for women they're a little bit more lenient. So they come to think they have very good ideas. I can give you an example. You go to a party, a social event. You're a guy. You start telling people your bright ideas. The people will always give you criticism of your ideas. Criticism is good. Some of it comes out from a position of hate, but some of it just comes from a position of objectivity. People are just objectively like questioning your ideas. Do you think this will really work? Why? And they give you examples. Hey, this one will not work because of this and that and that and that. And it's a good thing. But when they, for a lady, for the most part, if she's young and pretty, even the dumbest idea, especially niggas will just be like, oh, that is so smart. Oh, yeah, ni kali. So, pretty women and for the most part, women who are young are treated the same way rich men are treated by society. You see the same way rich men. A rich man can say a stupid, the dumbest shit, and people will be like, amazing, because they're rich. Especially when they're on a one-to-one basis with them. People will only be, for the most part, people will only be ever with this modern in this modern era. People will only be very what do I put it? A little bit more honest or more honest with you on online because you don't know them. But it's a sad set of events. But in real life, they don't. So they are not actually very honest. So if you're rich, more people lie to you. Same thing if you're beautiful. So it's the same case. So it's good to always always be aware, be self-aware. So if you're a broke guy, so it's the same thing. Like if you are a guy whose father was rich and you grew up in riches, people will lie to you more because yeah, unajua uko na do, people will lie to you more. And it's bad. Then if by one day you go broke, the world will seem like a very bad place to you because you came from a place of privilege, then now you're a place of disadvantage. So it's a very bad thing. Same thing with being a pretty chick. Like you are very pretty, everybody in the world was at your feet. Then everybody was telling you how awesome you are. For and you know deep down you know you ain't shit. But I'm just saying. You see, by people actually always giving you props for what you know you don't deserve, more often than not you become useless. That's why most pretty chicks usually don't. They're not that because they are bad people, but people around them for the most part usually don't challenge them. Like mbona usiambie msetu kweli ni aje, hii stuff unafikiria ni ufala. It's so bad such that if a pretty chick meets or a rich kid, a pretty chick meets somebody who wanawambia wazi hii stuff unasema ni ufala, or whatever you're doing is idiotic, and it's a fact, it's idiotic. They think you're a hater. They're like, no, he's a hater, you hate me. Yet objectively speaking, it is idiotic because nobody else has the guts to it actually, or has the actually more like a moral compass to actually be honest with you and just say, hey, in your father. So it's it's one of the same thing I can attest. So I can attest to that. I've seen it so many times. So for many, I wish, and I'm coming to terms with this. I think for a man, if you grow up broke, it's a good thing, and if you're a rich kid, if you grew up with a father who always tells you things out there, you'll actually have a very major disadvantage. If you have a father who is always like anakusifia kila time, and leaving you at the hands of your mom who tells you how you awesome you are, how handsome. Because yeah, some of you think you are handsome, you're ugly as fuck. Because you only have a face that a mother can love. Maybe I also do have a face a mother can love. Who knows? I don't give a shit anyway. Um, so that's the most I can tell you right now. So if a woman tries to prove her chastity to you in any way, that you are someone unamfuata lakini anawakataa, sijui you are someone text lakini anawakataa, telling you about niggas, or I've only been with 4 guys, or sijui I've only had sex I don't know how many times, I've not had sex over 7 months. That's manipulation. Just see it for what it is. It's manipulation. Don't just take it with a grain of salt. It's manipulation. And the most part, uniambia nifanye nini? Wanishow about niggas nifanye nini na hiyo story. Hiyo story usiishie waambie babako. For real, kama ni bitch unaniambia story ya mbuyu, si watu hadi kuna wadau wanakufuata, sijui ma sponsors, sijui mavijana, sijui manani. Who gives a fuck? Hiyo ndio ambia baba yako ndio ajue vile uko on demand, aenda calculate mahari yako. Umbo wewe, ndio kuniambia stories za ufala kama hizo aje. Don't let a bitch tell you that kind of shit. So hata really, why are you telling me? Like, I don't expect a nigga to go and tell a bitch how bitch you know that's idiotic. That's idiotic. So it goes both ways. It's idiotic for you to come and tell me how this guy and this is why? Why are you telling me about niggas? They don't have anything to do with me. Unless the nigga is planning to kill me to take you. Of which I will run away and leave you Nikuachie say. Because imagine me dying for a bitch. Like on my tombstone, he died for them hoes. He loved them hoes. Kwa tombstone yangu wameandika hivyo. See, I can't die for that shit. Hapana. Mzee, hapana bana. Hey, yeah. Heri nikufia sana hadi bana. See, they can't. How are you dying for a hoe? Okay, a bitch. Maybe she's not a hoe, but anyway, you never know. Anyway, don't come from a position of hate about women and everything. Just it is what it is. Don't hate. Don't be bitter about it. Just msaki kujaribu kuweka kwa situation vile yoyote yenye unaona. And please don't usually feel, just be very pragmatic about your approach to like think fast before you act. Like that will save you a lot. So be pragmatic about it. You look at it from their point of view, then you look at it from your point of view. And you must always look out for number one. And number one is you. So, like for example, I look out for numero uno, and that's me. Nobody else. Like, because when you holla, the next video maybe I'll be talking about religion, what I think about religion. So I'll be talking about that. And don't take shit from a bitch. There's a bitch to bounce. Okay. Sikwambie shit yote about a chastity. Mwambie sisi. Hiyo ni shit hapa ndio ambe babake. Babake huko akakaleta mahari yake huko. Mbwa. Anyway, you niggas, I hope you keep safe. I really can't stop you from fucking these hoes, but I can tell you that it really reduce the interaction you have with them. It will save you a lot, a great deal. Reduce your interaction with the hoes. So if maybe you are fucking 6 hoes a month, please reduce it to 1. Anyway, some of you are not fucking anything, I know. It's not a bad thing. Especially if you're young, just concentrate on your craft. Do what you have to do. Saka ido. Save it in whatever form you think is safest. And also, I'll talk about more. I'll talk about everything I've learned for the past, like, for the period I've been alive. I'll put it all in these videos. So yeah. Hey, tutachikiana bana.